Yourself and the London Real team recently went to a camp called Soltara in Costa Rica, right? And
Yes.
Costa Rica is, I mean, it's an amazing, beautiful place. And I called you and I said, hey, Brian, how's this place in Costa Rica? Is it good? And you said, it's great. And I saw the facilities and I saw the program. And we talked to them and they said, yeah, sure, I'll come out here and that'll be great. So I was just going to go out there and do the ceremony, like, you know, and have a bit of time off out in Costa Rica. And then the guy from the camp, he called me and said, well, you know, I got another idea. I said, what's that? He said, look, you know, you've talked openly about your experiences and you found it helpful and other people have been inspired. What do you think about, like, we'll put a Dorian Yates camp on in Costa Rica for a week? Not that Dorian Yates will have anything to do with the, you know, the ceremony or anything like that, but I'm like a, you know, a figurehead, and people get to do the ceremony. We're going to be in the camp and we get to hang out in between and get to chat with Dorian and all this stuff. So he said, you got a lot of people out there, a lot of fans that would want to experience this. And it's true, because I got people all the time saying, where can I do it? Who can? And I don't really know what to say. You know, I'm like, I know there's people out there, and my guy comes once a year, but there's a lot of people out there now. And I saw this facility there was great. They work with the traditional shamans, but they also work with Western doctor and psychologist and the integration and everything. So it's a bit of a combination of Western and traditional approach in a beautiful place. So I said, hey, why not, man? Let's put the Dorian Yates ayahuasca week on in Costa Rica. So that's going to start on November the 18th. I'm going to fly in a little early on November the 15th because Dennis McKenna, who's like, you know, anyone that's into psychedelics, they'll know about Terence McKenna and Dennis McKenna, kind of experts on psychedelics, probably coming from a more academic guys, I would say, right? And Western as well, and decades. I mean, these guys, decades of experience of working with psychedelics. So the week before, Dennis is there. So I'm going to go in a couple of days early and speak with Dennis as well, trying to get some of his experience and wisdom and so on.
Well, I'm super excited. I think it's November 18th.
Yeah.
And again, people can come and join you down there for a week. It's at Soltara.
Yeah.
I can't say enough great things about Soltara. It's we went with the crew to start filming our next movie called Dissolution. And I spent a week there with Dennis McKenna. I think you're going to have a great experience. Again, we had an incredible time in Soltara. I did 3 ceremonies. They really honor the Shipibo traditions in Peru. That's who our shaman was. They have a beautiful maloca. And you know, everything is by the book. And again, they have a very fascinating Western integration process on top of that, with the whole book called The Hero's Journal, an amazing team and amazing staff. I can't say enough about it. So I'm actually a bit jealous that I'm not going to be going with you, because I just went and I can't go back again, because I had 3 heavy ceremonies. My second one was the most profound experience of my entire life, and it was also a very difficult experience. But again, it was worth it. But stacking those 3 in a row really makes a difference. Being there in Central South America makes a difference. Being there with the proper shamans. I mean, we had 2 incredible shamans. I was there with Dennis McKenna. It doesn't get much better than that. And so I highly encourage people to join you for this thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime piece. And I think we're going to put a link below, and it's soltara.co. But I think there's a few spaces if people want to join you. It's going to be epic, because you basically are going to spend a week together and going through these ceremonies. And
so what we're going to do, we're going to do the ceremonies, which is a very individual experience, which that was my main thing when they contacted me from the camp. I say, look, I'm coming here for myself, to do my own work, to work on myself. So it's important that that doesn't get interfered with. So that was very clear, that when we do the ceremony, we're all doing the ceremony. You tend to be in your own little world and work out your own things. But in the daytimes, usually the ceremony is in the night, and then you all, afterwards hang out and go to bed, and next day you get up. And in the day, they have events like hiking and yoga and stuff like that. And I'll be doing some talks and just generally hanging out. So people that, that have seen me on Joe Rogan or London Real, and they've been interested in this, now is a chance to do it at a place, as you say, that's tremendous and professional. And that's the reason I'm going there, because, you and the London Real team have been there and checked it out. And I've read everything. I've spoken to the people. It looks amazing. So if you're going to do this, I mean, let's do it properly, and just get to hang out in the daytime with me. I'm not going to be up in my ivory tower. I'm going to be hanging out with everybody. We have some little talks a couple of times a week, and you know, have some fun. And I think it's going to be amazing. There's not a lot of notice for people now because we're a month away.
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
it's enough.
there's not a lot of notice, but hey guys, if you're interested and you want to come there with me and you can make it, I look forward to seeing you there. I think it's going to be an amazing experience, and you know, if you haven't done it before, you will not be the same afterwards, and I say that in a good way.